Hey everybody, Mark here with another English grammar video for you guys during our for some of you maybe you're still staying at home, right? During this strange time in the world, right? It's already August, right? And our classes are slowly continuing, right? We have another month with some of our classes before our new term. So I thought I would come and record a video for you today talking about the grammar that some of my upper intermediate students learned in their class. So in their class, my upper intermediate students learned these two things. They learned about defining, and then they also learned about non-defining relative clauses, right? So just these two, defining and non-defining relative clauses. So if you are an intermediate student, a pre-intermediate student, an elementary student, this video is not really for you. If you want to watch a video about a similar topic, what you can do is you can watch our relative clauses video. This one is okay for elementary, pre, right? Around that level of English, a little bit easier. And this is what we learn whenever we're starting out learning English, right? We have these relative clauses, the easy version, where, right? Here I have a person, here I have a thing, here I have a place, right? So what we do is we add what we call a relative pronoun to give more information about which person, right? I see this lady right here. I'm going to say, oh yeah, the person who has long brown hair, right? So again, maybe I'm in class. I could say the person who, or I could say the student who is from China, right? I have a lot of students. I have students from Japan, China, India, Thailand, a lot of countries, right? So I'll say, oh yeah, the student who is from China, right? I'm giving you some more information. I'm helping you see which student from China. Oh, which student, which person? The person with brown hair. We do the same thing here. I could say the thing that, okay? Oh, yeah. Or I can even use that here. I forgot. So for the person, we have our two options. We have our who and we have our that. Okay. For our thing, same idea. We have the thing that I use to write or the thing, right? The thing which I use to write. Okay. We can use our that or our which if it's a thing, right? And then last we have the place, right? We have the place where I study English, right? Some of you, maybe you study at ULC. We study at our school. So we can use the where to tell us which place, okay? So that's the easy one for our pre-intermediate and elementary students. We have person, which person? Ah, the person who has long hair. Or the student that is from China, right? We say which thing? Ah, the thing I used to write. The thing that I used to write, okay? The thing which I used to write. Or the place, oh, which place, where? The place where I study, right? Good, so those are our basic relative clauses. So now I want you to look for our upper students. What we have is sometimes we have the clauses, we call them defining clauses. And spoiler alert, they're the same as these ones, right? They're the same as these ones. All of these, the person, student, thing, place, I don't know which one. If I say the person, how many people do you know? We know a lot of different people, right? When I go to work, I see person, 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 too many people. So I use the who to tell me which one. So if I say the word defining, it's the kind of sentence where I want to know, I need to know which one. And because I need to know it, it's very important that I know which one. We call it essential information, right? So here I got my phone. I'm going to say the phone that I use every day is white, okay? The phone that I use every day is white. This is a true story, not lying to you guys. This is the phone that I use every day. It is white. So I can say the phone that I use every day is white, okay? And again, easy, easy. I'm giving you that important information. Which phone, right? Which one? Which one? The one that is white, right? Or the school, right? There's a lot of schools, but I'm going to say the school where I teach. That's not every school. The school where I teach is, right, the specific one. The school where I teach is in Singapore. So some of you, maybe you know Singapore, right? The school where I teach is definitely in Singapore. And then last, I could say the woman that I married. I know a lot of women. I know a lot of women, but the one I married, specific. That's a specific person. Which one? Oh, the woman that I married, my wife, is shorter than me. Okay, and just in case you're wondering, this is not my wife, right? The woman in the picture over here is not my wife. Maybe she will make an appearance someday. You might be able to meet my wife, right? But here, defining clauses, again, which one? I need to know which phone, which school, which woman, right? Now let's go to what we call non-defining clauses. Non-defining clauses, I don't need to know which one, right? I put here, I already know which one. So that one, right? I already know which one. I don't need to know which person. This time, I want to add more information, right? That's my job. If I say this iPhone, which one? I already know this iPhone, this one. There's only one, right? This iPhone right here, which I bought at the mall, is white. I'm not telling you this iPhone, that iPhone. I'm saying this one. I'm giving you more information about an iPhone that I already know about, okay? Or I could say I work at ULC, right? If I work at ULC, in case you don't know, is the name of our YouTube channel and the name of our school. So if you type in ULC, up in YouTube and you type in grammar, right? If you type in ULC relative clauses, you'll be able to find more of our videos because that is our specific school. There's only one. I don't need to know which one. So I can say I work at ULC where I teach English, right? This one doesn't say which one. It says more information. Oh, ULC, I teach English there. I'm adding extra information. And then last one, my wife, who I married last year, is shorter than me, right? So my wife, again, how many wives do I have? Let's see. Did you guys get it? The truth is, I know you're probably surprised, I only have one wife. If I do this, if I say my wife, right, that I married last year is shorter than me, right? Is short, that's okay, short, right? Shorter than me. If I do this one, I will be in a lot of trouble. Do you know why? Because if I say my wife that I married last year, this means I have to tell you which wife. And of course, my wife will be very angry because if I use this sentence, it means I have more than one wife, right? More than one wife. So if you are a husband, if you're watching this video, you have to be very careful with your grammar because if you use the wrong grammar, right, your wife might be very, very angry with you. So that's why even, wrong button. Oh no. So that's why for this grammar, right, we do have to be careful, right? If you use it the wrong way, it's giving a different meaning, right? I will think you have more than one wife. So that's why these grammar patterns are important to make our writing very clear, right? I don't want anyone to be angry with you. So let's look at this one more time, right? I'll show you this one again, here and here. Did you see any other difference? Any other difference? Let me see if I can show you both at the same time. Oh yeah, like this. Okay, look at the top, look at the bottom. There's one more thing I didn't talk about. Do you see the yellow? These little guys, the yellow, are called commas, right? So you may notice in my non-defining clauses, I'm using commas, right? to show that this is a non-defining clause, right? Comma, comma. We use the commas in a more information, not which one clause. So same here, right? With my wife, my extra information about my wife, I use the commas. If I want to tell you which wife, right? Again, this one, which wife, which one, then I don't use the commas, okay? So there we go. That's all for now with this idea. So let me just do one more review page for us. Remember our main idea. If I want to say which one, we say defining, right? And if you use this kind of clause, the defining, remember, you can use the who and that, the that and which, where, even when sometimes we use, and those are all okay. Okay, and then I have my already know. We already know which one. We don't need to know, right? We can call this a non-defining relative clause. For this one, right, there's another special rule, right? Just like in my sentences. Did you notice that as well? You see the top part, I say the phone that I use every day. Or the woman, I say the woman that I married. If we're up here, we're allowed to use that. If I'm giving you the which one answer, I can use that. But if I'm using the commas, if I'm just giving more information, I didn't use that. I have to use the who or the which. I cannot change them to that, okay? Cannot change them to that. So just like this, right? I would not be able to change them into that. So that's our other important thing, right? Do not, whoops, oh, come on. Do not use that. And make sure, same thing for this one. When you have this kind of clause, you have to use your commas to make sure that it's easy for us to see that this is non-defining, information only. Okay, and then final thing here, I always have one more thing. If we have the word whose, some of you will see whose in your book. Okay, and give me some help. I have two versions. I have the boy whose father is one of my students, got a good score on his exam, and I have Henry, whose father is one of my students, got a good score on his recent exam. So, what differences do you see between these two sentences? And based on what we learned, right? Can you tell the difference? Like, how about this first one? The boy whose father is one of my students. Okay, for this one, you'll notice there's no commas. There's no commas, we just say the boy whose father is one of my students. This one, we know it has to be a defining clause, right? A defining relative clause, okay? And then that gives us the opposite. If I say Henry, right? Henry, this one I'm assuming, right? I'm assuming that I only have one Henry. If your classroom has 10 Henrys, then you're in trouble. You might have to use different grammar. But, right? But this one, I'm going to use a non-defining because I only have one Henry, right? Only one Henry, and I'm adding the extra information, right? So that's our pattern there. And same as before, even if I use a whose to show possession, right? If I say this word possession, some of you have seen that before, right? If I say the boy whose father, right? I'm saying the boy, his father, right? You might know some of these other words like his, her, my. Those are also for possession. But for this grammar, this pattern we were using, the boy whose father, which boy? The boy whose father, right? So we can use this style, right? The teacher whose phone is white. The teacher whose phone is white has round glasses. That's me, right? So you can use this for this same style, right? The possession. Okay, so good. So that's our final example with whose. For you guys, right? I know this is, some of our students are surprised that I actually cannot see you when we're on YouTube together, right? Right now, I cannot see you yet. I'd love to meet you guys someday. But for now, if you want more help or more advice, please comment below, right? If you comment, I can give you a little more help. If any of these examples were a little confusing for you, then I can give you a couple more examples. Of course, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right? So until then, have a wonderful week. And ready and click.